Hi, my name is Red, and today I want to talk about gender failure.
You came out and you were wasted. You went home and took your faces. You like
Gender, this thing that we do that I don't know, I don't really understand it entirely myself, and I like to think of myself as something of an expert on it, which doesn't really bode well for the understanding of gender if I think I'm an expert and unknowledgeable about it. That makes it a complex issue to say the least. There's a lot of different opinions on gender, on what gender is and where it comes from and what we do with it and whether or not you can put mayonnaise on it and fry it. It's actually pretty good that way. That's a pretty good way to prepare gender is with mayonnaise, a little bit of ketchup and relish, make kind of a Thousand Island sauce for it, and you want to panko batter it and then fry it. That, of course, is completely nonsensical. Anyway, a lot of people will tell you that gender is imaginary, and I disagree with that. I think that gender is very real. It may be a construction, but in the same way that a brick wall is a human construction, it's also really hard to just walk through. Some people sometimes take their cues from nature. I don't like to use nature to back up my ideas about human society though, because if you take your moral and social cues from nature, you're also probably an infanticidal, polygamist cannibal. Like, I don't think nature's really the best place to look for cues for behavior. Really, I've spent a long time thinking about it. I've spent a lot of my life dedicated to the pursuit of gender, and the fact of the matter is, I'm no closer to really understanding it now than I was as a child, and I'm no better at it. I suck at gender. And, like, I'm not looking for sympathy there. Like, sometimes people suck at things, and I suck at having a gender. My typical pronoun with most people is like her, him. Wait, that is like a point. It's like a mumble and then a point. Like, and there's like a he or a she somewhere mixed in there. It's kind of a like this isn't necessarily about passing or passing privilege. It's about simply the idea of having a gender in society when you want one. It's totally valid to say no, thanks. I don't really want one of those gender things you've got running around there, and people will kind of try to put that on you anyway, and you have to go no, thanks. For me, it's just kind of like people are like, wait, is this? Well, I have the two here. Which one should I? And I'm like, well, it kind of ruins the game if I have to tell you. And they're like, okay, well, this one. And then they put a gender on me. Sometimes that feels really good, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they guess right, and sometimes they don't. I honestly enjoy living in a gender binary society simply because, like, good God, if there were more than two choices, I'd never get gendered correctly. You have your identity, and then you have what actually happens to you on a day-to-day basis. They sometimes meet up, but sometimes they don't, and it's kind of like a weird, like, tag game in the dark with, like, your identity and how you're read, like they can't actually, like, find each other. Um, I feel like that sometimes. If that makes any fucking sense. I don't know if it's apparent that I have drank a lot of coffee, and it's not morning. It's late, and I'm gonna be up for a while. Sometimes I just feel like there was a class in school that I skipped or I missed or blah. For most people, there are these lessons in gender that they were given since childhood and have internalized to a degree, and that's where the gender success comes from. But it's not quite the full story, because there are also plenty of people who are going for a totally different thing than what they were taught and are doing great at it. And I'm not. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is that makes me suck so much at this whole fucking gender thing. I don't get it. I feel like it's a magic trick that I'm not getting. Like I'm taking my thumb off, but I'm still have the thumb sticking out or something like that. Like, and again, this isn't something that I feel bad about or that I need to be comforted about or that I'm looking for advice around. I like that's not the point. I'm pretty content actually. It's not my goal, but I'm kind of okay with like missing. Like it's like throwing darts and feeling okay that you hit the wall. Like obviously you're trying to hit the bullseye, but you're just kind of like, well, the wall's cool too. Like, hey, it's in the wall. I'm too hopped up on caffeine to make meaningful metaphors. But I'm just trying to put that out there and see if anyone can relate to that idea. The idea of being content with failure, accepting failure, and not just accepting it as like, well, there's nothing I can do, but kind of like, well, it's it's kind of cool to fail. I'm failing's not my goal. Succeeding's my goal, but failing's pretty cool too. Um, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone feel that way? Let me know. Let me know. Bye.